Joseph, I know you did other things besides box. What other combat sports do you engage in?
Yeah, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, like everything almost.
What did you do? What did you start doing first?
I started in boxing first.
Okay, and what made you shift? So wait, were you boxing as you were doing Muay Thai and all that other stuff, or did you kind of do
Yeah,
one at a time?
yeah, I started like all of them around the same time, and I grew up doing everything.
Okay. And Dad, did you get him into it? Were you a fighter as well?
Yeah, my background is Taekwondo and just different martial arts, Goju, little kickboxing and stuff. So I really started training him when he was 1 year old. I have pictures of him throwing punches, throwing kicks, and I started him in karate when he was 3. He was a little too young, so we took him out after a few months. Then I put him back when he was 6, and we just kept rolling from there.
Wow. Okay. Um, okay, so and you're 17?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, and how many amateur fights did you have total?
67,
What was the record?
67 to now.
Wow.
In all
Okay.
combat sports.
Yeah, you know what? I knew that. Your dad told me that, but
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
forgot. So, for everybody watching, put it in perspective. You are 17 years old. You fight at what weight?
154.
And you're how tall?
About 6'1" and 6'2".
6'2" by now.
I mean, I saw you next to somebody. I forget who, and you look like you're more like 6'3" in the picture. But
He
I
could
don't.
even be 6'3" now. The last time we checked, it was right around 6'2".
Okay, so which those of people watching is very tall for a junior middleweight, like really tall, um, which is impressive. Yeah. Now, how many knockouts did you have of all your victories as an amateur?
Honestly, I'm not even sure. Uh, I never really kept count, so I'm not even sure.
Yeah, a lot of fights got stopped. Because remember, some of these were when he was like 7, 8 years old. But I would say out of the 67, maybe 25 stoppages.
Now, and it's really hard to get knockouts in the amateurs. The gloves, the headgear, it's tough. So yeah, that's really impressive. And who you just signed with Floyd Mayweather's promotion company, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. How did that come about? How did you guys hook up with Floyd?
Well, I started training with his uncle. That's one of my trainers, Jeff Mayweather, and I started training with him when I was like 14. So just being in the gym for like training in the gym for like I guess it would be what two. Well, no, I
3 years
meant
almost.
3 years almost. Floyd just saw me in the gym. We started talking like that and got to see me spar and everything. So that's how we started talking.
Oh,
And he also represented the Mayweather gym in the amateurs for 2 national championships that he won. And as far as the knockouts, so in his first boxing match, he scored the second fastest knockout in amateur boxing history, just 2 seconds under Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson and Joseph has the number 1 and number 2
how
fastest knockouts, recorded knockouts ever.
is that? Well, first of all, how long did how many seconds was
His,
it?
his was 10 seconds. Mike was 8.
So, and that's counting to when the ref waves it off, or that's counting to when the fighter goes down. Like, what? How do they
In,
count that?
in this particular one, I think he hit him. He hit the guy 14 times. The guy didn't answer back. The ref stopped it.
Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. So, have you been doing those doghouse sparring, the go till you drop stuff?
I mean, like no, my sparring's good in there. I mean, like, and then my style is like I'm very defensive. I don't get hit a lot, so what I mean, you'll never see me in those type of like wars because I don't get hit. So
Okay. So that's that. So defense is something you focus on.
yeah, big time.
That's smart. That's the way you know, that's the way you get the experience, but don't build up the miles on your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's important. And now, who who who's your number one? Who trains you? Do you have more than one trainer? I know Dewey Cooper. I mean, who is it?
Yeah, my dad's like one of my main trainer. I train with Jeff too, and then also Dewey Cooper. He does trains me on the MMA side. So yeah, I got a good team surrounding me.
You do. So Dad, you were training him since he was young. You were the only person involved training at first.
But I'm gonna tell you something. He was born on my birthday, October 13th. All right. My 3 kids were born on my birthday. My 3 kids, and then my baby that just got born right now was born on Christmas, so they have some very unique birthdays. But that's just the backdrop. The day he was born, we took him home from the hospital the next day, October 14th. I put him up in his little car seat on the couch, and I was probably shadowboxing for 3 hours, just throwing punches at him. I've done that every single day of his life from his first 24 hours of life. It's all he's ever known. So yeah, I've been there from day one, man. And that's why, like, the whole defensive thing, it's always been my focus, right? Being, hitting and not getting hit. So that's what we've always worked on. And that's in every sport.
Right, right. Wow. No, yeah, that's important. And so now when you have all these different trainers, like, are you the head? How do you guys kind of separate the duties?
Am I the head
Yeah.
trainer? 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
okay. So then, like, how do you separate who does what in terms of with Jeff, with Dewey?
Usually when he goes to Vegas, he goes and stays with Dewey when he's working on his MMA at his house, and he stays there and does camp. And when he's in the boxing mode, he's with Jeff, staying with him at his home, and he's there in camp. I'm kind of glad it's like that because then they can just give him everything they have. And Jeff is such a high quality trainer as well as Dewey. I don't really have to make corrections or change anything when he comes back, like I do with many other coaches. They're so high level that they're right there in par with what I've been working with him on all his life.
Right. And you told me that you were just recently working with Roy Jones, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've worked with Roy a few times, a couple times now.
Now, me and your dad talked about this briefly, but Roy is my greatest fighter of all time. Like
Mm.
he's at his prime. Nobody touches, like nobody's ever. Not only can nobody beat him, but like just when you see what he did,
Yeah.
nothing optically touches it. So, for me, was that amazing for you guys working? Well, like, do you guys hold Roy in a high regard? And what was it like working with him?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was an amazing experience. Roy's always been one of my favorite fighters, and just I'm in agreement with you. I think he's one of the greatest like of all time, especially in his prime. And I mean, it was amazing to be able to learn the things that he does because he doesn't teach his style to a lot of different people, and there's a lot of people that can't do what he does. But he told me that I'm like one of the only people that he's trained that I'm able to actually do what he's teaching. So yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, his style is very reliant on having superior reflexes, I suppose, right? And
Mm.
which, so how would you describe your style? Like, are you a boxer puncher, or a boxer? How would you describe it?
Um, I say I'm a boxer puncher. I mean, I box most of the time, but I can punch too. But I mean, like I said before, like defense is like my biggest thing. So yeah, I'm a pretty good boxer.
And you're conventional, right? Not a southpaw.
I switch a little bit.
You switch, okay. And is that something that you do a lot?
I don't do it a lot. I do it. I do it when I need to.
Hmm. Okay. And is that something that you've always done, or something that's new, or what?
Yeah, that's something that I've always done growing up, especially from martial arts. I
Right.
switched a lot because of that. So that's why I'm able to switch in my boxing.
But in life, are you a right-hander?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, so you just had your first pro fight, right?
Yes, I did.
This was where?
It was in Colombia. It was in October in Colombia.
Okay. And I mean, how was that for you? Was it just like another day in the office, or was it special?
It was cool. I mean, it was different. Like fighting in like the small gloves and stuff is definitely different from amateur fighting, but it was nice. I liked it a lot.
Okay. Okay. And what was there a different, emotionally, like what was there more? Did it give you more of like a charge? Was it more adrenaline going, or was it kind of the same thing as an amateur fight for you?
I say I felt the same going in like as I do with like every other fight. I mean, I had in my mind like it's gonna be a little bit different now, but I mean, as far as like the nerves and everything, it was about the same as all the rest of my fights.
Okay. Okay. And you didn't have it in States because what? Because you're still 17?
Yeah. Well, I'll be fighting in the States now, but yeah, because it was last because I had just turned 17 like a week before, so.
Okay. Okay. So who have you sparred with, people that I would know?
Um, I've sparred Jerron Ennis. I got the privilege to be able to work with him a little bit. I've sparred Chris Eubank, sparred Andrew Tabiti. I've been able to spar some pretty good people.
Kamel.
Yeah.
Kremel? Kremel?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the sparring with Boots like? Was he just working? Or were you guys really going at it?
I mean, he was working with me. It was good work though. I mean, he was cool with me. He showed me a lot of different stuff. So it was really good. I'd say like that sparring. I learned a lot from that sparring.
So what about with Kremel? Because you guys are basically the same age. I mean, do you guys go at it, or it's also just working?
Me and Kamal had good work, and that's my guy. Like we're friends outside of the boxing too. So I mean, yeah, it was good work. He's real good.
Okay. Okay. So, but there's probably that competitive thing, right? With you guys being go at it, I assume.
I mean, it's always competitive with like anybody you go in there with. I mean, nobody wants to just go in there and lose, but I mean, yeah, it's good work still.
Right. Right. Okay. Um. So, what you're 54 now? What weight do you see yourself kind of peaking at?
Um, I say like once I'm like fully done, maybe like probably light heavyweight, maybe like 175.
Okay. So you think that'll be the peak?
Yeah.
So right now, do you have a problem making 54?
No, no, because I don't cut too much. So I mean, I make it pretty easy.
Okay. But I mean, you're still young, so we'll see what happens, I guess. I mean, how much more do you expect? Maybe Dad knows the answer. Maybe the doctors have said it. Like, are you supposed to? Do they expect you to grow more, like a lot more, or do they think you're pretty much at where you're going to be?
I don't think I'm gonna get a whole lot taller than I am now. I think I'm like supposed to be like up to like 6'4", but I mean we'll see what happens. I mean I'm still 17, so I could get a growth spurt between now and you know a year or two.
Dad, how tall are you?
5'11".
You're my height. Okay, so all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's wow. Okay. Um. So is there? Okay. Let's say you could fight right now. This is all hypothetical, obviously, but let's say you could fight anybody within at 54, 60, or 47. I mean, I don't know if you could make 47, but who would you fight right now if you could fight any of the guys?
Right now,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean anybody with a belt, honestly. I mean I want to become world champion, so and
So
whoever's got it.
that's the goal is to win a title.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal. Okay. Okay. So you don't really care whoever's there. You'll get in there with.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Do you ever work with like light heavyweights, heavyweights?
Yeah, I spar everybody. I mean, I gotta spar everybody. I gotta get used to it. And I never know the way I'm growing. One day I could be heavyweight. So I mean, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Mm. How often? So like, how many times a week do you spar?
Um, it depends on what I have coming up. I mean, sometimes I'll spar every day. Sometimes I'll spar like twice a day every day, or sometimes it might be just like 3 times a week. It just depends. It varies.
A lot of coaches shudder when they hear that. Like I was telling the coach yesterday, most boxers spar twice a week, maybe 3 times. Joseph has sparred 10 times a week, sometimes 2 times a day, 5 days a week, and the reason is he does not get hit in sparring. I would say on average, Joseph might get touched once per round, maybe twice if somebody's really lucky to land a
Wow.
clean shot, maybe twice in a round. So, like today, for instance, he just sparred this morning about 8 rounds, and we're gonna go back tonight and spar another 8 rounds. Because I don't. Did you get hit today? Like, did you get hit at all? I think once, right? I think he got hit once out of all those rounds today.
Wow.
Um, and so I can put him to spar 2 times a day because it's like hitting the bag for him now. And I attribute that to the fact that when he was 7, 8 years old, I had a list of 1,000 punches that I would throw at him, and I'd have him slipping 1,000 times. And over time, I added more. Then I bought the coach his vest when he was like 10 or 11, and then I would go back over the list 1,000 punches or 1,500 punches again, and I'd have him slipping and countering all of them. So we'd be doing 2, 3,000 punches slipping and countering for years. So he's just his reflex and his timing now, and now his little brother, who's also pretty tall at 12, I have his little brother do 10 rounds of offense, just going for broke, and Joseph got to slip him off for 10 rounds. So his radar is on high alert at all times. So that's why we can get away with a lot of sparring.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's that makes sense. As long as he's not racking up those miles, why not just keep working and getting better and sharpening himself, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, so you just signed with Floyd, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and is there some kind of a plan in the mix for what's coming up, how they're going to bring you along? Is there anything you could tell
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be super active, from now until whatever. So yeah, Floyd's gonna keep me on a lot of his big cards. I'm gonna be fighting on his undercard too in February. So he plans to keep me very very active.
On the is he fight, is that when he's fighting Pacquiao?
Got it.
Yeah, Gotti.
Oh, he's
Gotti.
rematching that Gotti guy.
First,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was a that was a crazy fight the last time.
Yeah.
So, um, besides Roy, who are some of your favorite fighters from the past that you look up, that you kind of follow and learn things from?
Yeah, well, Floyd, of course, he's also been one of my favorites for a while. I also like Sugar Ray Leonard, um, Andre Ward. I say those. Yeah, those are my favorites.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Andre Ward. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And who are some of your current favorite fighters?
Currently, I like Jaron Ennis, um, Shakur Stevenson, and probably Tank. Those are my favorites right now.
Those are your favorite. What about you, Dad? Who are your favorite? Who are some of your favorite all-time guys, legends?
Ali. You know, I had to go there with Ali. Ali, because I'm old school. Definitely Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard. I kind of formulated my kickboxing style from them, and I used it in kickboxing. So I was moving like that even back then. So I definitely Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, the great Pernell Whitaker, and a lot of Joseph's defense is built off Sweepy, and then Floyd with the shoulder roll and everything. So James Toney for sure. Yeah, guys like that.
Okay. And then what about you? What were you gonna say?
Mike McCullum as well, the body
Mike.
snatcher.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. I'm actually going to interview later. Ike Ibiabuchi. Remember him?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Old school.
I'm gonna talk to him later. But so what current guys do you like?
Myself,
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney. Um, I still think Lomachenko is an amazing fighter. I like him a lot, man. Like him a lot. He's getting up there in age now, but he's just amazing, an amazing fighter. Great defense, great countering skills, great footwork. Like him a lot. Yeah, I'll say those three are my top guys right now.
Okay. Okay. And so when's your next fight? I don't know if you told me that already, but
I should have one coming up this month. I'm
Hopefully.
still waiting to get the date confirmed, but it should be like towards the end of the month. And if not, if for some reason that doesn't go through, then definitely on February 11th
Yeah.
on Floyd's undercard.
so how often are you looking to fight right now?
Honestly, as often as I can. I mean, I'll go every couple weeks if I can, but like realistically, it'll probably be like once a month or once every other month.
Hopefully 7 times this year, if we can.
Well, can you not fight once a month? I mean, do they not let you anymore?
They do it. They do let you, but I mean, and that also depends on like them finding like a card to put you on and finding the right opponent.
And the state, not every state allows it.
Yeah, not every state allows me to fight at 17. Like I was supposed to be on the David Morrell card on the 16th, but Minnesota wouldn't allow me to fight because of the fact that I'm 17. So.
Oh, and you're turning 18 in October, right?
Yeah.
So you got some time. Yeah, because I remember like when Mike Tyson was coming up, he was fighting every couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was 18, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's the difference. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man, that's great. I mean, you've really come along way more quickly already than most fighters, you know. Um, what do you think? What do you think's the reason for your quick like dissension like to the top already? Do you think it's just your skill? Why do you think? Why do you think that you've come so far in such a short amount of time?
I'd say like it would be first like the hard work ethic. I try to make sure that I outwork everybody because hard work beats talent. like any day of the week for sure. And especially like growing up, like being young, and I'm having to train with all like the adults and then the professionals. Like I've always had to try and like train hard to try and match them. You know what I mean? And then so I'd say that would be number one, and then I guess it's just God given talent too. You know, hard work and talent going together is what made me get to where I am today.
Mm, okay. And now, so you're in Canada, but where are you fighting out of? Like, where are you staying most of the time in training and working out of?
I think most of the time it's here in Vegas. I do like go back and forth between them.
Okay. And you grew up like where'd you grow up most of your life?
I was born in Florida, and I lived there until I was about 6, and then that's when I moved to Canada, and then I've been here
You've
since.
been in Canada, so you're a Canadian citizen. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. And but Dad, you said you're from Miami originally, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Miami, went to North Miami, you know, elementary, junior high, high school, all that. But we all
Miami.
have dual citizenship.
What what made you go to Canada?
Um, this is a great place actually to raise your children and have a family. Free healthcare. I mean, there's crime like anywhere else, but you know, you don't have a lot of shootings and a lot of major crime over here. Education is, you know, something that's accessible here to everyone, and it's just a lot of. It's a good place to raise children. But I make sure that they always go back to the U.S., to their roots, to their home, and also to visit where their parents are from. My family's from Jamaica originally, and my wife's from the Bahamas. So we visit Jamaica, we visit the Bahamas. They go back to the States. You know, they just uh, keep the family thing going, the bond.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't so cold, I would consider it because I'm sick of New York, man.
Yeah, I hear you. It's not so bad in British Columbia where we are.
No?
It's pretty mild.
Are you in are you in the West? Or are you in the where
Yeah,
are
we're in
you?
the West. We were out in Toronto for about 4 years, but we're down in Vancouver now.
Oh,
So it's pretty mild here.
yeah. I hear it's way
Yeah,
different out there.
yeah. It's nice.
Cool. Well, guys, you know, it's good talking to you. We'll do it again soon. Definitely gonna, look out for you. I'm gonna, keep a lookout. Everybody now who follows me is gonna know about you. And we'll keep a close eye. We'll wait for you to become. Maybe you could become the quickest person to ever win a world title.
Hopefully.
And then do it in MMA. That's the
Oh,
goal.
you can do
Gonna
MMA too?
cross over into UFC and win a world title. He'll be the first male to do it. So we're really looking forward to that.
There we go. So we're looking to break all kinds of records, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. All right. I think he could do it. All right, man.
Thanks.
It was good. It was good talking to you guys. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you
And
for having us.
likewise.
Thank you for having us
Of
on.
course.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
Okay,
Peace out, fellas.
thank you.
All right.